Hello, I'm Vijay Sharma, and today I'm in conversation with Dr. Govind Prasad Sarma, noted writer and literator and a critic of repute. He has been a professor and head of Department of English, Gauhati University, and also has served as the Dean of Faculty of Arts in the same university. His literary career is studded with several valuable work, some of which are pathbreakers. Just to name a few of them, Upanyakh aru Asamiya Upanyakh, Jivoni aru Atmajivoni, Naribad aru Asamiya Upanyakh, and Virendra Kumar Bhattacharya Opanakik. His He Aranya, He Mahanagar is a collection of stories, each about plants, animals and birds, depicting nature in her vivid colors vis-a-vis the world of man. Dr. Sharma has 5 volumes of short stories and a collection of 3 short novels, besides many others scattered in the pages of various Assamese magazines and research journals. He is a top-ranking critic and writer of reflective essays concerning Assamese literature and culture, both in English and Assamese, numbering around 300. He has also contributed to the Encyclopedia of Indian Literature by Sahitya Akademi, Indian Literature in 2 volumes by Macmillan India, and also the Assamese Encyclopedia of Assam Sahitya Sabha, Vishwakop. Dr. Sharma has 150 years of journalism in Assam, Media Trust, Guwahati, as his edited work among many others. I feel privileged to get this opportunity of talking to Dr. Govind Prasad Sarma. Welcome, sir, to our program. First of all, sir, I would like to travel back to your early days. Please tell us when and where you were born and something about your childhood.
Well, I was born in a remote village of the erstwhile Kamrup district of Assam. Do you want anything more on that?
The year, sir?
Yeah, I was born on 1st of April 1940.
Okay, sir. And any incident from your childhood, about your childhood?
Incident means there was, in a sense, a tragic incident in the sense that when I was a student of the primary school, very tender in age, I lost my father.
Okay.
But again, I was lucky in the sense that I grew up in a joint family, and all the members of that joint family, my father's elder brother and others, looked upon me as their own, their little one.
Mm-hmm.
So, a misfortune and yet a fortune.
Yeah, I understand. So, what are your field of interest? Would you like to share some experiences with us?
Field of experience, I, as a child in a peasant's family, I had the experiences of the cultivation field. I had the experiences of the forest, trees and plants and birds, and all these experiences of childhood later found expression in my writings.
Yes.
Then do you want anything else on that?
Any particular experience that you remember?
Particular experience, the one incident that I can never forget is the death of my father, which I still remember. The way he breathed his last after much suffering for breathlessness and all that. The way older ones were looking helplessly at him, and medical facility was not available in those days in remote villages. All those experiences I can hardly forget, still very fresh in my mind.
So when we are talking about your interest, would you also like to say about, because I've heard that you even love to travel. So what would you like to say about that?
Yes, travel means I like traveling, but not in the sense in which many travelers like it.
Yeah.
I like traveling in certain places, continents and cities with which English literature and Western literature are actually associated.
Okay.
And because I was a student of literature, in my academic days, school and college and university days, and because I was reared up with the books of literature, I grew interested in seeing all those places at first time.
Yes.
And that's why because I did not have any opportunity to go to those places when I was working.
Okay.
I took the opportunity when I was retired. So I went once, say for about 5 months, to UK and USA,
Okay.
and traveled in many places, and especially like to see those places in which a certain literary work was placed as his background or anything else. And then I also paid a visit to Europe and once again UK for another month, very recently. And all those places in Europe I was interested in seeing, and those places were especially connected with literature, not only English literature but also Western literature.
Yeah.
So getting first-hand experiences of the places which I knew from my study of literature. That's it. That way I like traveling.
Yeah, so it's not only for the sake of traveling,
No.
but even searching the roots or background of English literature.
It is exactly that.
And you have very well narrated all about your visits and travels in your book.
Yes, I
Daffodil.
have two workshop travelogues actually. One is called Daffodil Full Dekhisha. Have you seen daffodils?
Yeah.
This is about England and America. Then the recent one is Lilac Full Fully Botor. Time for the lilacs to bloom.
Okay.
And that is about my travel experiences in Europe and in UK.
Okay. All right.
These are different kinds of travel books once again, not the ordinary kind of travel book. It is all about my mental journey through all those places.
It's not just an account.
Yes, yes. I am traveling the places with my mind. So mental reflections, mental feelings, all those are there. Besides that, the background, literary or cultural or historical background of all those places, which I could acquire as a student of literature. All those also come. Especially in the recent one, Lilac Fully Botor, or Times for the Lilacs to Bloom.
Okay, all right. So, sir, is there any particular thing or incident that inspired you to write, or any work of literature that inspired you to become a writer yourself?
Yes, in a sense both. As I told you, I grew up in a remote village. So all those experiences as a child, little child, in a remote village, all those experiences of meeting people in rural areas, illiterate and yet broad-hearted, simple and yet complicated in their own way. All these experiences, varied kind of experiences that I gathered, somehow went on lingering in my mind till I grew up and started writing. So those came those minutes of rural life, those characters in the rural areas, all those came to my writing. So they induced me. And yes, I studied. Later on, when did I write after all? I wrote when I started reading. Reading means reading workshop literature, not only of Assamese but also in English. Not only Western English or English but also Indian English. So all those readings, for example, in English as well as in Assamese and in Bengali, induced ultimately to write, and the subjects that I gathered in my village life.